Hi there, my name is Kronenberg and welcome to my channel. This is a film review of Mercy Black. It's a horror, came in 2019, it's a 15, it's an hour and 28 minutes. Amazon is 3.8 out of 5, IMDb is 4.9 out of 10. I'll read both synopsises. So, IMDb is: a woman is sent to a mental institution after stabbing her classmate in an attempt to conjure an evil spirit called Mercy Black. 15 years later, she's released and must save her nephew, who has become obsessed with the phenomenon. And Amazon is: from the producers behind Insidious comes another slice of twisted supernatural horror. 15 years after a shocking incident, Marina Hess is coming home. Believing that a supernatural force was behind her dark crime, Marina works to discover the truth behind a dark phantom known as Mercy Black. So the director is Owen Egerton, who directed Bloodfest. Producer, well, there's 10 of them, but with producer on we have Seth Kaplan, who did First Girl I Loved, Greg Gilraeth, Gilreath, who did Heart Eyes, Adam Hendricks, who did Black Christmas, and John H. Lang, who did Spree. Music was by Casimir Boyle, who did The Last Champion. So the cast, the main ones: Daniela Pineda, Pineda, who was Marina Hess, and she was in Plane. Ella Lamont, who was Alice Hess, she was in Machete Kills. Miles Emmons, Emmons, who was Bryce Hess, who was in Dirty John, the series. And Austin Emilio, who was Will Nyland, who was in Fear the Walking Dead, the series. It was filmed in Austin, Texas, in USA, and also 16493 Cameron Road in Pflugerville, is that how you say it? Pflugerville in Texas. And some trivia. On May the 31st, 2014, in Wisconsin's 12-year-old Anissa E. Wire and Morgan E. Geyser lured their friend Peyton Leutner into the woods and stabbed her 19 times in an attempt to impress the fictional character Slenderman. This movie uses this case as a basis for the movie Mercy Black, or for the Mercy Black character. So there you go. So Amazon said at the bit when you press play that it's got some fighting scenes. I was kind of curious. I suppose there were some. It will say at the start: do you know Mercy? Do you know her name? She'll take away your hurt if you promise her your pain. It's kind of like Candyman kind of thing, that kind of stuff. If you've not seen Candyman, the original, then go watch it. I don't know what the remake's like. So it starts with some kids in a field singing Incy Wincy Spider. And this is the actual kid as a young girl. The, what's her name? Marina. So she's talking to the doctor. I thought it was a counsellor. It turned out it was a doctor. So it's the past, because we now see her as an older person. So she's gone home, and once again the house is bloody huge. They're never small little pokey little wooden shacks, are they? I mean, this one, when you walk to the door, it's huge. Pure wood and all, and everything else like that. So she wakes up screaming or something, obviously due to a nightmare. So Bryce came in and gave her a nightlight to have so that she could sleep quite well, except her room was literally as bright as day. Again. It always amazes me on films that, I know it's so you can see, but it's literally a case of, here's a nightlight so you can see, by the way, I can see everything inside the house. So, you've been in the hospital or something since you were a kid, due to bad things. You're finally free. You're at home and sitting at the table, whilst your sister is putting her son to bed. The boyfriend is there, asking if you remember stuff. You say, I don't want to talk about it, I want to keep it quiet, twice. Then he says he reads some crime stuff about Bundy, Dharma, etc. He's talking to a celebrity, that's what he feels like. Then he says, 2 friends, one lured to the woods, stabbed her 7 times, all for Mercy Black. And then he says something at the end of the entire conversation that just made her ready to have a good night's sleep. It's just like, great. And the weird thing is, right, I'm about 30 minutes into the film and the main character's name hasn't been spoken until literally about like 5 minutes after I said that, and then Alice mentioned her name. It's like about time. Nobody's called her by her name, not even Will, who's the boyfriend of Alice. So there's not much really kicked. I mean, I can't tell you much about the horror, obviously. But she's off to the place where she went as a kid. So there's the first image or video clip of her as a young kid walking past this bit of old tree bits with a saw kind of embedded in it. And then literally she walks past as an adult the exact same bits of wood with the exact same saw. It's like, would there not be any moss on it? Or something? Apparently not. Good quote here though. Lies cannot hurt us if we don't believe them. Use that in everyday life or any news things or whatever it is. Anyway, it's a decent film. It was a good story, kept me intrigued. I'm actually going to give it a 6. You know, it actually got better in the second half. For me, it was a bit boring at the beginning. I was like, oh, come on, where's the horror, where's the thing? But the second half really knocked it up a notch. Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed watching and listening to this film review of Mercy Black. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. Leave a comment in the comment box below if you've seen this film. Like I say, I've got plenty of other horrors, so you might be able to find something else that you enjoy. Okay, well, thank you and goodbye.